What's going on, Dungeon Divers and Dragon Slayers? It's Draco Invictus here with another Neverwinter video. And today we're talking about something important, the Double Refinement Event that is right around the corner. Matter of fact, as of the filming of this video, it's July 31st and the event is August 10th. Now, of course, this video will work going forward until, of course, we figure out a better way to do it. But I think that I've come up with pretty much the best way to do it. I've watched a lot of videos about double refinement events, and these guys have various techniques that they use, and they're all good. But I was looking, they don't explain enough. They don't, go into a lot of detail. There's many things there's a few shortcomings. I don't want to take away from their videos because their videos are what inspired me to do this. So, let us jump right into it. I am trying to upgrade an artifact of stability. Okay, now if you remember, there's two different kinds of artifacts. You have your artifact equipment, which is your main hand, your offhand, your waist, and your neck piece. Okay, those are artifact equipment. Those are not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the 4 artifacts that will be located in the middle of your character sheet. Okay, notice I have a slot missing because I pulled it out for the example that I'm going to show you. We are going to be working with an artifact of stability, and the idea is to get it to Mythic, which is the top level, rank 140. Okay, and let's jump into my inventory. So here's my inventory. Here's an example of everything that you'll need because I don't have all of my greater marks of potency in here. I have a bunch of them stuffed in the bank. I just wanted one here as an example. But this is what we're going to need. We're going to need 6 other artifacts of stability. It doesn't matter what they are as long as they're artifacts of stability. Now, if your target is an artifact of power, then obviously you want 6 other artifacts of power, because there is a huge refinement bonus if they are matching artifact types. So I went and bought these 6 rare rank 30 artifacts. Why rare? Because at the time that I bought these, they were about 3,000 astral diamonds more than uncommon artifacts of stability. So they were a full rank higher. They were 30 ranks higher for a few thousand astral diamonds. I didn't have to worry about upgraded. I didn't have to worry about preservation wards or marks or any of that stuff. They're at 30. Okay? This is where I suggest you start. Now, artifacts of power I know are typically more expensive, especially for the rare ones. You may want to start with green with those. And honestly, it won't cost you a whole lot. But I think that you would save more probably going with green for artifacts of power. Okay, but the same premise holds true. And here's how inexpensive it is. During a double RP event, you could take a green artifact and move it to rank 30 with 10 rank 5 refinement stones. That's it. And that's not including any crits. I can't calculate, when I'm doing the math, I can't calculate for critical success. Because a critical success isn't always 150%. Sometimes it is 200%. Sometimes it's 125%. It's anything over 100 is a critical success. So, because I've seen the gambit. So I can't calculate for a crit. I can only base it off the numbers. And I'm going to show you all the numbers here in just a little bit. But anyway, I'm starting with 6 rare artifacts of stability. They all happen to be Heart of the White Dragon. They were the cheapest ones I could buy. Okay, and here's my sigil of the controller. Now, typically you may be starting with a blue or a green here. Mine is at rank 61, so ultimately during the double RP event, I will have to recalculate a little bit to make sure that these all equal the right points. But if this is here as a placeholder, let's say it is a rank 30 blue. Okay, let's say it's a rank 30 sigil of the controller. It's blue. Okay, here are the exact steps you will need to take to make this happen. Okay, this artifact gets 96 rank 5 enchantments or runestones. And I'll get to the ore there in a little while. I will cover that, I promise. So here you can see I have a stack of 96. The reason these aren't in one stack is because these are bound to a count. These are not. So you need 96 stones. Dump it into here. Okay, I suggest you don't dump all 96 at one time. Reason being, you could get crits. If you do stacks of 20, you could get a crit, and then you wouldn't need all 96. You may only need 86 or 90, you know, and you could save those enchantments for something else. So, those get dumped into here. Let's say no crits, you're the unluckiest bastard in the world, you get no crits on any of it. You need all 96 of those. This rank 30 becomes a rank 55. Okay, there's no upgrade needed because you're staying in the rare category. Okay, then we're going to put the power of the double RP event into our favor. Notice there aren't any other enchantments along this line. Okay, there are some down here, but those are for later. Okay, there are none here. We're using the power of the double RP because this is a stability going into a stability. So we drop this into this. You will need to upgrade it because it will be going from rare to epic. Okay, you will need your stones. I will go through the list. Well, actually right now. Okay, to go from rare to epic. With artifacts of stability, you will need 1 greater mark of potency, 1 greater mark of stability, 1 mark of stability, 1 lesser mark of stability. Those are the 4 things that you're going to need. I think that's... Yep, those are the 4 that I got there. Okay, and then this rare becomes an epic. Okay, and it will be rank 79. And how that works is this has a base RP value of 22,385. Okay, we add in 207,360 RP points from our 96 enchantments. So it puts us at 229,745 or rank 55. That 229,000 refinement points that you've put in is now worth 1,058,700 going into another artifact of stability. So we put that 1,058,000 into this one, add in the base of 22,385 that it's already worth, and it is now worth, this artifact is now worth 1,081,085. Okay? Not worth, but that's how many RP points it has in it. The new worth of this artifact is 2,800,000. So it's a 200% jump. Okay? That's pretty awesome. Okay? So now we're just going to take this artifact and feed it into the third artifact. Okay, before they would have you feed this artifact and this artifact into this artifact. No, we aren't going to do that. Okay, because this artifact is worth more than 2 of these. Okay, so this one is worth 2.8 million. It goes into this, and now this one has an RP worth of 5,197,000. Okay, that is a huge jump, and we're halfway there. Of course, you're going to have an upgrade point between these two, because this one will be going from rare to epic, so you'll need these again. And I have your full shopping list on a spreadsheet that you'll be able to see here in just a minute. Okay, so once you have these 3 done, my suggestion is to take this one and dump it into your target. And here's why. If this does crit for a full 200% crit, then you're done. I mean, you're a little short, but you're pretty much done at that point. And then you don't need these other 3. You can use them for something else. You can sell them because you haven't done anything to them. Okay, and selling these during a double RP event would probably be very advantageous. Okay, if this doesn't crit And again, I can't calculate a crit. I'm suggesting that, again, you are the most unlucky bastard in the world, and it doesn't crit. Okay? So you put it in here, it doesn't crit. That's okay, because we're already prepared to do the same thing again. Put these 96 enchantments into this one. No crits. It stays the same. Rank 55, dump it into this one. Upgrade. Rank 79 now. This one dumps into this one. Upgrade again. And we're at 94. Both of those in there with no crits equal 10 million. Where is it? 10,385,800 plus the base of 22,385. So that our new total is 10,418,185. Our target, if you remember, is 10,469,635. So we're short by 51,000. Okay, no problem, because we have our 24 rank 5 enchantments sitting right here that will dump in, and it will actually put us 400. Again, I'm not counting any crits. I suggest you drop this into stacks of 5 in case you get the crit. Okay, but again, you're the unluckiest bastard in the world, so you get no crits. No crits for you. Okay, this still puts you 400 refinement points over the target. Okay, and you are a couple upgrades away from being at a mythic artifact. It's that simple. Okay, these are here because you will need them to upgrade from legendary to mythic. These are some additional ones that you will need: the Greater Mark of Union and the Greater Mark of Union and the Mark of Union. So now that I've given you the visual there, I'm actually going to bring up my spreadsheet that I have. I will put a link to it down in the description below. Okay, so what you're going to need total, again, not calculating any crits, you will need 7 rank 30 artifacts. If you can only get greens, then upgrade them to rank 30. Again, it will cost you 10 rank 5 enchantments and the marks to upgrade between uncommon and rare. Okay, not super expensive there. I'm basing off 30 because these were cheap. Okay, you'll need 216 rank 5 enchantments. Some people suggest that runestones give more RP. From everything that I have seen and tested, that is not the case. Runestones give the exact same amount of refinement points if they're the same level. A rank 5 runestone and a rank 5 enchantment both give you 1,080 RP, which will both give you 2160 RP during the double event. Okay, so again, I am suggesting use what you have, so you don't have to go out and buy anything. Don't go, oh, I have to go buy enchantments. I've already gotten rid of my enchantments, but I have a shit ton of runestones. Don't worry about that. Okay, use what you have. And the reason why I'm going with rank 5s, I will cover in a minute, versus rank 6 or 7 or 8. I'll cover all that in a minute. Okay, greater marks of potency. You will need 14 of them. Greater marks. Now, this is regardless of whether it's an artifact of power, an artifact of union, or an artifact of stability. You will need greater marks of potency. Okay, those are the universals that, for all upgrades, greater mark of potency. Okay, greater marks of stability, I need 12. Greater marks of union, I only need 1. Greater marks of stability, I need 4. Marks of union, I need 1. Lesser marks of stability, I need 4. Again, if you're doing power or union, then substitute that for stability. Now, the union ones, they do it as a round robin. So for stability artifacts, you need artifacts of union or marks of union. For artifacts of union, you need marks of power in place. For artifacts of power, you need marks of stability. It's goofy. I will put a link to the wiki page also in the description below, so you guys can check all that information out. There is a ton of great information, and I'll show you that a little bit here towards the end of the video. Okay, preservation wards. Mandatory. Mandatory. Okay, because you're dealing with less than 50% or less chance of your upgrades. So, buy these. Do not buy them off the auction house. Buyer beware. They're running 33 to 36,000 for a stack of 10. Okay, you can buy them at the current market on Xbox One. Is roughly 300 Astral Diamonds to 1 Zen. So it's 30,000 Astral Diamonds for 100 Zen. Well, you can buy a stack of 10 Preservation Wards for 100 Zen. Or 30,000 Astral Diamonds. Okay, so if they're selling them for 33 to 36 on the auction house, then you're wasting AD. Don't do that. Be smart. Do your due diligence. It takes you 5 minutes to do the shopping. Okay, look around and go, oh, I should buy this on the auction house. I should buy this on the Zen market. I should buy this from the Wonder... Oh, there's not much that you should buy from the Wondrous Bazaar, actually. But yeah, look around real quick. It's all right there in that area. You know, the Wondrous Bazaar, the post box, yeah, the auction house. Not that I go to the auction house. I use that in a drop-down menu. But it's easy information to get. Take the time to do it. Save yourself some money. Okay? That's my suggestion. Okay, coalescent wards, the most expensive thing that you will buy during this endeavor. Okay, the lowest chance that you have is going from legendary to mythic. You'll only be doing it once, and it's a 5% chance. You may not want to go with coalescent wards at all. One coalescent ward on the Zen market is 1,000 Zen. Okay? And all coalescent wards are bound to account or to character, so you will not find any on the auction house. The only place that you could get coalescent wards is in a drop in a chest, you know, or a lockbox or something like that, or you buy them from the Zen market for 1,000 Zen. Okay, that's 300,000 Astral Diamonds. We know that we can buy coalescent wards for 100 Zen. So you could buy, or not coalescent wards, preservation wards. You can buy 100 preservation wards for 1 coalescent ward. At a 5% shot of getting it, I would suggest burn through preservation wards, because ultimately it will be cheaper for you, unless of course you have the coalescent wards handy, and then you could drop them in. Like I said, the final upgrade is a 5% chance of success. But you know what? I've hit a 1% chance of success in 2 shots. Failed the first time, burned a Prez Ward. Second time, got success. Okay, results may vary, and that'll probably never happen for me again now that I've actually spoke it out loud. But, me personally, I'm not going to buy any coalescent wards. I'm going to buy preservation wards beyond what I already have. I have like 50 of them. I'm probably going to buy another 100, and so that I'm ready to go. And why do they insist on calling me right when I'm in the middle of a video? All right, so gather all this up beforehand. Anything that you're buying on the auction house, it will be more expensive during the event. So buy it sooner than the event rather than during the event. Unless you like paying more money for things that you could have bought 2 days ago for cheap. Half. Okay? Because it's all about supply and demand, and the demand will be very high during the event, so the supply price goes up. All right, so now let's get down into the breakdown of the numbers. Now remember, each rare artifact has a base value of 22,385. Our target is 10,469,635 refinement points. Okay? That's our target. That's to reach Mythic. That's what we need. Okay, so our rank 5s, 96 of them at 2160. Unlucky. You get no crits. That's 207,000. So a total between the 22,000 and the 207 is now 229. You're at rank 5. It's worth 1,058,000. Upgrade that into Artifact 2. So we take our 22,385, the base of the artifact, plus the 105,8,700. It gives us our new total of 1081, which puts us at rank 79, that is worth 2.8 million refinement points. I wish it was worth astral diamonds. That'd be awesome. We'd be some rich mofos, wouldn't we? All right. So this upgrades into artifact 3. Again, you're upgrading here, so you'll need your greater marks and regular marks and lesser marks. Upgrading here, you will need the same. Third artifact gets its base value plus the 2.8 from artifact 2. So there's our new total, and it's worth 5,197,000. And we are sitting just inside rank 94. Again, I'm not counting any criticals. Rank 94 is where the math puts us. Okay? Again, I would suggest dropping this third artifact into your final artifact to see if it crits. If it doesn't, that's okay. Because we're going to rinse and repeat with the 3 other feeder artifacts if it doesn't crit, right? Then we're going to do these steps over and over again. So you get an upgrade here, an upgrade here, double that. You're upgrading 4 times from rare to epic. Okay, and this stays within, this is epic, this is epic. Okay, but this started as rare, so you'll have to upgrade that. Okay. Now you have 2 rank 94 artifacts worth 5.197 million apiece, which means if you get no crits, we'll be slightly short of our goal. This will not get us directly to 140, but here's how easy it is to get to 140. So we got no crits. You feed both of them into your target artifact, and you will need 5 greater marks of potency, 2 greater marks of stability, 1 mark of union. You get a 10% chance, but you move this thing from, because you'll need the marks above, right, to take it from rare to epic. And now we're moving it from epic to legendary. And epic to legendary is a 10% chance of success. Okay, and then, so here's our artifact. Here's its base value, plus the points we have already put into it from our other artifacts. That's what we end up with, and we end up 51,000 short. Okay, so 51,000 short is 24 rank 5s, which gives us 51,800. So you can see that we're just short of 390 refinement points over where we need to be. I'm okay with losing that 390 refinement points. When we're dealing with a double refinement, event, 390 RP is no big deal. So then to move this thing from legendary to mythic, it's a 5% chance of success. You will need 5 greater marks of potency, 6 greater marks of stability, and 2 greater marks of union. So that is the math. That's how it all breaks down, with you being unlucky and having to go strictly by points. That is the math of it. So now you can see here, wait a minute. Oh, look at that. I screwed that up. We need 2 here. There we go. All right, fixed it. So, a couple more things before I get out of here, now that I've gone over the math. Again, this entire spreadsheet with all the tabs will be available down in the description below. It's on my Google Drive. So you guys will be able to view it, whether you have a Gmail account or not. I'm going to make it so that anyone that has the link can view it. And this will help you guys out tremendously, because I may have gone over stuff a little bit quickly for some of you, and that's totally fine. I want you to go at your pace. But I also want you to have something that you can just look at and know exactly what you're doing. So let's go through a couple more things real quick. Refinement point values for gems and enchantments. So I have the major stones, or the major gems here, and then the rank 5, 6, 7, and 8 enchantments and runestones down here. Okay, you can see that a stack of 99 paradots, normally our P value is 49.5. During the event, would be 99,000. Okay, versus a stack of rank 5s, which you find a whole hell of a lot more of, is worth 106,000 during the event, worth 213. Now look at something here. Some people say, oh, use rank 7s and 8s. I say no. I say nay, nay, don't do that. Okay, here's why. Rank 5s, base value, in an artifact, 1,080 RP. So during the event, 2160. Okay, it takes 4 rank 5s to equal 1 rank 6. Okay, that makes sense, right? But look here, rank 6 to 7 is only 2. It takes 2 rank 6 to equal a rank 7. So you're actually not getting as much RP here. Does that make sense? Because it's not 4. This, if this was as valuable as compared to this as this is to this, then this number should actually be 17,280. That's what that number should be. Because it doesn't take 4 rank 6s to equal a rank 7. It only takes 2. So the RP values are off. I suggest using ranks 5s and 6s. The only reason I use rank 5 in my example, I have a ton more of them than I have rank 6s. So, you can use rank 7s and 8s, for sure. But I don't think you're getting as big a bang for your buck based looking at these numbers. I would suggest using rank 5s and 6s. Okay, now, rank 5, 8 of them equal 1 rank 7, but that's weird, okay? And then you have this jump here, which is actually 4 again. Rank 8 or 4 rank 7s equal 1 rank 8. So there's some weird calculations that the game is doing with RP values based on ranks. And that's why I suggest going with the low stuff. The other reason I use rank 5s. Rank 5s drop more than anything else I've seen in the game. I am collecting 40 to 60 of them easily in the few hours a day that I play. With one character, I'm picking up 40 to 60 rank 5s. Throw in Fey Enchantment, the Fey Blessing Enchantment, in your utility slots. Now you're going to see even more. Okay? So, enchanting stones. Save your gems for artifact equipment. Because you can't use enchantments in artifact equipment. There's very little that you can use in artifact equipment. The gems is what you're going to want to use for artifact equipment. Do not use them. Hell, go buy some rank 5 enchantments. Do not use these in your regular artifacts unless you absolutely, positively must or you'll die. Use them in your artifacts. Save them for your artifact equipment. You will get much more bang for your buck because artifact equipment do not work and stack like artifacts do. It's a royal pain in the ass. You actually lose RP value. So don't use those in your artifacts. Use them in your artifact equipment. That is going to about cover it. Oh, I also have the upgrade chart over here. You know, so you can see I broke it down. I have it zoomed in pretty far. Let me see if I can zoom out just a hair. That's a little bit better. I have it broken down by classification. So uncommon, rare, and then epic, and then legendary, and then I just left mythic down at the bottom. So, and I actually got this chart off of the wiki, and then I adjusted it for the RP value during the 2x event. And let me show you the wiki real quick. I know this stuff is really small. There's a couple of great things about this. Let me zoom this in just a hair. Oh, maybe not that far. There we go. So they list most every single artifact in the game. I have it sorted by first stat. So if you're looking for artifacts that give you power, then you can just find all the artifacts that give you power as the first stat. Or if you wanted power for the second stat, because that's also worth 1,000 when you hit mythic. So we can see here's, fragmented key of stars and lost mouse horn of blasting and Kessel spheres of annihilation. I'll give you armor pen and then power At Mythic, this is both 1,000, and then crit strike would be 600. So if I want crit strike as my first one, notice Sigil of the Controller. Critical strike and power are the two mains. So that's the one that I was working on in the example. So this way you can find what artifacts are going to work for your character and your play style. You don't have to go based off of someone's suggestion. You can say, hey, my character needs power and recovery. Okay, so let's come back up here and we'll sort real quick, and we come down here, power and recovery. Well, there's two of them, a symbol of air and the sigil of the hunter. Well, you're only going to get that if you have a character that is a hunter ranger. But the symbol of air, you could absolutely pick that up. Click on this link and it will actually take you to the actual wiki for the symbol of air. Down here is the progression chart. And you can, if you look at these numbers, they're the same as what my chart is that I got rid of the first stat, second stat, third stat stuff, because that wasn't, I don't need that for my chart, because my chart's about just upgrading. Okay, and you can see the RP worth here is very small. If you remember, this one was like 15,000 on my chart for the double event. Here's why. Okay, we see that this has a little annotation here. We click on the annotation and it's number 3. This is the artifact's worth in refinement points when fed into another artifact of different type. For a matching type artifact, the value is multiplied by 5. Okay, so if we take that 1,500 way back up here, multiply that by 5, and then we multiply that by 2 because we're doing, or multiply the whole thing by 10, because we're doing the double RP event. Now it's worth, in a matching item, 15,000 RP. So this is why you don't do it before, because it loses it real quick. Let's find out where the breaking point. Here is pretty close to the breaking point. Right here, between rank 17 and 18 is the breaking point. You've invested 6,600 refinement points, and it's worth, during in an off item, not the same, 60. But then at 18, you have 75 invested, but it's only, or 75.35, but it's only worth 7,500. So you're actually losing refinement point value that way if you're going from one artifact type to another. But we never do that, do we? No, absolutely not. So again, I will put a link to this wiki, and I will also put a link to this spreadsheet. And don't worry, it won't be all blown up like this. It'll actually look more like that. Which is much more easy to read on an actual monitor, but for the purposes of the video, I wanted to make sure that it was nice and big so it was easy for you guys to see it. And actually, that's the wrong one. That's the one that we want. See, I have lots of spreadsheets. And what did that do? There we go. Fix that. Okay. Yeah, this is my pricing guide for enchantments and buying enchantments and runestones and gems and all that stuff. Because I am a min-max kind of guy when it comes to astral diamonds. I want to make as many and spend as few as I can. So that is how I roll. All right, so I hope that, I know there was a lot of information in this video, and go back and watch it a second, third time if you need to. Make sure to like it, share it with all of your friends that play Neverwinter, because even though this event is slightly different, like on the wiki, matter of fact, let me show you. Down here, all of this, no, here we are. All of this is for upgrading on PC. All of this is for upgrading on PS4 and Xbox. It's different. So if you're on PC, don't go buying what I said in the video. Check the wiki to figure out what you need to buy, because it is different, and I don't want you guys to get hosed over and then blame me. I'm telling you now, you better have watched to the end of this video, because I'm telling you now, if you're on PC and doing a double refinement event, you want to do this, not what I told you, which was this. Okay? So, if you guys get any questions, comments, kicks, or complaints, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe and click on the little bell icon so you get notifications the next time I post a video. And until next time, Dungeon Divers and Dragon Slayers, this is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day in my life. See ya!